Hello, everyone. It's Hannah Stonehouse Hudson. I said I would do a Facebook admin question live session. As you can see, this is very informal. My mucklucks are in the background. I'm in my dog's chair. This is actually Stewie's chair. So thought I would just answer some questions for people and just kind of go from there. Okay, so some of you know me mostly as a photographer. Obviously, I do a lot of dog photos, some other outdoor things, um, that kind of stuff. The other thing I do is I do a lot of Facebook business page consulting. I teach organizations and people how to work with Facebook business pages, not just social media in general, but really specifically Facebook interaction. So I'm going to try and do this once a week. We'll be really basic this first time. Now to kind of try and get some questions for some other people. There are so many people out there who know a lot about Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, that kind of thing. Those are not the sorts of things I'm going to talk about because my strength really is Facebook pages. And I apologize if my dogs decide to jump in. So, hi everyone. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about interaction and the fact that this is about Facebook pages. This is not about your personal profile. So, though I'll go into that to a point, this is really about if you have a business page for either your organization, your nonprofit, your business, whether it's a civic organization, that kind of thing. A couple of years ago, Facebook only started showing posts to people about 1% of a fan base. So what I started seeing is people giving up on their Facebook business pages because they thought nobody was interacting, nobody was paying any attention, and they were really taking it personally. And for people who this is their only way of advertising, that was an issue because they were taking it personally. Please don't take it personally if people are not interacting on your Facebook posts. You can have 1,000 people on Facebook fans, and it's only going to show it to 1% of the population. I promise you I will show you Stewie. There's been some questions. So, please don't take that personally. That it has nothing to do with you. There are ways to mitigate that, and that is to be interactive. Realize that Facebook pages are not a billboard necessarily. Just don't throw sales out there. Don't throw your specials out there. Do stuff every day. Talk about what you're doing. Be a storyteller. Talk about your life. As much as you are comfortable talking about your life, that starts your interaction with people. And the more interaction you have with people on your business page, the more Facebook algorithms will start to share this and show it your page in their newsfeed. So, if I can teach you anything of the basics, don't take Facebook interaction personally. And Stewie's trying to get up on the chair. Okay, so don't take it personally. The second thing, and these are all extremely basic, and I'll go into more of these as the weeks go on. So, and now I'm reading questions. Yes, be social. Talk to people, interact with them, show them what your personality is. I obviously don't have a problem with that. I'm not the most shy person on the face of the planet. But other people aren't as interactive as I am. So put yourself out there as much as you are comfortable, and you will see maybe not immediately a payback for that, but over the course of months, as you try to do it more, you will start to see more and more interaction. Then you go into, and these are all very broad topics, which I can write more about. It used to be that if you tagged on your business page, if you tagged another Facebook business, that it would show to their people, to their fan base. That is not necessarily the case anymore. And as soon as Facebook sees that you have tagged another business in your Facebook business page, they actually lessen that reach. So that's a big thing to be careful of. You may, in the past, it was fine to tag other businesses, but it's not really anymore. And I am loving some of the hilarious things. What if you're lazy with the things? Thanks, Peter. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. If you're lazy, then, you know, Facebook is perfect for you to just hang out on your computer all day like you do, Phil. We love you. Okay, so don't tag other pages. You can to a point, but don't do it every single post. If you do it every single post, Facebook is going to think that you're trying to get free advertising, which you are. I mean, that's what it's about, is interaction and getting people to notice your products, your services, whatever they are. So exactly, Chad, it's all about the money. So don't, and this is just for Facebook, avoid hashtagging. Avoid it at all costs. I see Facebook pages hashtag things. That is fine on Instagram, Twitter, to a point on Pinterest. Please stop hashtagging on Facebook business pages. It lessens reach, and Facebook sees it, and though we've been told, oh, that's a good way for people to see where posts are, it lessens your reach so much. And I play with this with my own Facebook pages just to see what'll happen immediately. If I hashtag anything, I mean, I've got 40,000, you know, Facebook fans. I'll hashtag something and it might show up to 500 people. So it's really important to not do that for every single post. So don't worry, Nate. Oh, and everyone, this will be recorded so you can listen to this later, my rambling. So that's going back to the hashtagging thing. Avoid it. Pinterest, to a point, it's fine. Instagram, it's awesome. Keep doing it. Twitter, yes. Facebook, stop. You can tell that I'm a little adamant about that. I'm very adamant about that. So those are two of the biggest things. Is don't take it personally if people don't interact. Just start trying. You might be really uncomfortable interacting with people. Just try and do it more and more. Nothing bad can happen from interacting. It can only build what's going on your page. It's not a billboard. Don't act like that. Share stuff that you find, not just about your business, but share stuff that you find interesting. It may have to do with your business, but it builds your personality and it shows people what you're really like. Don't tag business pages, other business pages all the time. It's just not a good thing. Thanks, Mark. I know I have a very, very good eye roll. Let's see. Effective business-to-business results. Compare that with the business-to-consumer model. That's a really big one, Chris, and I'll write about that and do a bigger one, because that's actually a really, really good question. It's a pound sign. Thank you, Peter. Sorry, this is great. Okay, so how can you be so crabby on a live function? Thank you, Ernie. Oh, yes, thank you for reminding me, Chad. This is huge. Don't be afraid to ask people to share your posts, your products. That's how Facebook figures out what's important to people, is how many times people share it. But people don't know that you need it shared unless you ask. They think, oh yeah, whatever. It doesn't occur to them that you might want them to, or it's not something they're necessarily interested in, but you know, maybe some of their friends are. So don't be afraid to have a core group of people where you say, hey, when I post, will you share this? That's huge, because that starts to show Facebook algorithms, the bots, that people are interested in it. So those hashtagging is fun. So in addition to absolutely loving coffee and Nutella and my dogs and my Stormy Chromers and my ice fishing, I despise hashtag tags on Facebook. You now know the real me. So, my dogs are currently, well, the husky is out cold. Stewie is mad because I'm in his chair. Uh, and how about when you share your Instagram post on Facebook and it has tags? That is something that I'm trying to get better at. So you can sync Instagram and your Facebook. So whenever I post a photo on Instagram, it automatically goes to Facebook. So for me, I'm just putting it on my personal one. I'm not putting it on my business page. It doesn't sync that way. So I don't really care about the hashtags on my personal page, whatever, that doesn't care. When I say I hate hashtags, I mean on business pages. I don't mean on personal ones. Heck yeah, especially the dumber the hashtag, the better. The sillier, the dumber, I love that. What I'm talking about is hashtagging on a business Facebook page. Don't do it because you're actually just destroying your reach. You're destroying the time that you took to try and create an interactive and engaging post. Then when you hashtag it, nobody can see it, or less people can see it. So let's see. You need to branch out from Nutella. Try Visca. Hey, I've had that. That's really good. Where is the glass of whiskey? Uh, I'm trying to, avoid alcohol while on camera, unless it's ice fishing. Thank you. Holy hell, Hannah hates hashtags horribly. Thank you, Chad. Should I create a private Facebook page and build up content before going public so it doesn't seem light on content? No. You should just start. It doesn't matter if it's light on content. You have to start somewhere. The interesting thing about people who are self-employed, we tend to be perfectionists. Well, you have to start somewhere, and that includes with a Facebook page. So Ted, that's a really, really good question. Light on content doesn't matter. Just start posting, start building interaction. And that's a point where if you have a Facebook post on your business page that you want to get more likes and shares for, you can share it on your personal one. I mean, it depends on your business, but there's a whole lot of the time you'll see things that people post on their business pages and then go to their personal page. And that's okay, especially if it's something that you personally are very involved with, like ice fishing, for instance. I see a lot of people posting things on their business ice fishing or guiding or open water angling pages and then posting them on their personal ones. That's fine. And that actually helps you with reach because most of the time your friends are interested in the same things you are. So let's see. Witness protection, should you have a Facebook page? Definitely. Thank you. When are you going fishing with the J2 Outdoor Products Group? Whenever you'd like. Sounds great. Definitely, you definitely rock hashtags. Sometimes I like those better than your actual posts. Why, thank you. The dumber the hashtag on my personal post, the more I'm into. Like, that works really well. Hannah hates hashtags. Okay, so I may have gotten a little adamant about that. I apologize. What is the benefit of all the votes starting Joe Blow fishing pages? How many pages does one need? Do I need more? Is there a benefit to it? There is a benefit to it if you eventually want to advertise. There's a fine line. A very fine, Hannah 2020. Thank you, Rob. I believe that if you don't necessarily need a fan page for yourself, if it's not something you need to advertise to a point. But the caveat to that is on personal profiles, not business profiles, you can't see statistics. You can't see any information. So if you are trying to get sponsors for something, whether it's fishing or something like that, your plant looks like it needs water. If you are trying to get sponsors for something, then you do need to have some statistics about what's going on your Facebook page. So, yes, there are a lot of pages for random things out there, and you know, I'd have to look at it a case-by-case basis. We want Stewie live. Can we get Instagram results on Facebook? Let's see. Oh, Marie, Joe Blow Facebook pages. What we're talking about is just random pages where somebody creates their own sort of fan page for themselves for no apparent reason. It's more of an ego thing, I think, sometimes. Yes, you can change a personal page to a business page, and I can get back into that more. I wouldn't. I would really, really stay away from that. I have two, even though I probably could kind of combine them. You want to be able to advertise if you need to. You want to be able, but you also want to be able to keep the private part. Let me tell you, if something weird happens in your life, as you all know, I've had a couple of things happen. It's really important to still be able to communicate privately with your actual friends and family. And we've gotten to the point where that's how people communicate. So it would be very sad if you decide to change things from a personal site to a pro page or a business page, and then you lose all of that. So that's a much more complicated question, but that's my little bit of it. Stewie Live, Barb, never do that. Thank you, Chad. By the way, I'm super excited. Chad Cummings, who is commenting on this, I'm going to go speak at a conference that he is doing in Minnesota in June. So you'll see us interacting quite a bit. Let's see, there's Clout. Clout is awesome. Your chair is dog hair free. You have no idea. I actually made sure I did not have dog hair on myself. Nice hashtag. Okay, so that's going to be about it because it's become really random. But we'll do some other questions. I'm going to try and do this every Monday night just to take some, Q&A, try to write down some of the stuff that I get. I think there's been some loss of basic knowledge with the beginning. Facebook business pages were the beginning, really, of social media marketing. And I think getting back to some more basic stuff can really help some small businesses and some nonprofits. And I am here to answer all your questions because I actually really, really enjoy it. I've been referred to as the Facebook floozy because I spend my time really looking at stuff and seeing how things work on Facebook. And I really enjoy teaching organizations how to use it. So I am so thankful that you all joined, and I'm really glad you all know I hate hashtags. But only on Facebook business pages, I enjoy stupid hashtags. So, let's see. And exactly what Chris said, you're not losing all your followers. Oh, and next time I'll talk about how to change your Facebook page name for if you change your business, because that is what I had to do. So, thank you, everyone. So much love to you. And Stewie, hey, come here. Come here, baby. He seems to be slightly frightened. Hey.